All right, I'm doing an interesting part of the trail today. This is a 20-mile detour that occurred after Helene came through. So I'll be doing the AT, and yet next time I come down through this area, I can do the actual AT and not have to repeat anything. Right before I got to the place, there was this guy, this shirtless guy asking for a hitchhike. So naturally I pulled over, let him jump in, and took him an extra 4 miles down the road, 4 miles closer to wherever he was going. Look at that little stealth site right there. He and his wife and his dogs were out in their pop-up camper, and he was trying to get a phone call out to one of his friends because he was just about done with being there, and he was stuck and he needed a ride out. So helped him get a little closer to town. I don't help hitchhikers very often, but if I have space in my car and if they're going the same way that I am, at the very least I could take them a couple miles closer to where they're going. And I know I appreciate it when I'm on the trail and when people give me a ride. So all right, looks like we're going this way. Glad they have these little AT detour signs, because there's no other marking other than that on that fork. It looks like we have a little road walk along this detour. I'm not sure if I mentioned it earlier, but the end point of this detour that we're taking going south is Damascus, which is, for those of you who aren't familiar with the AT, it's a very famous trail town, just as big as like Harper's Ferry. They hold trail days there every year, like May or June or something. Anyways, I'm kind of excited to see the town, explore it a little bit on our last day, and a lot more excited to be out here. Also, yes, I'm pretty out of shape, and I decided to work out my legs a ton the past 2 weeks. I don't know why I decided to do that. Going up the hill is a lot harder than it should be. It's also been months since I backpacked, so hey, it's the shelter. I'm here. We got to camp super early today, and I'm just swapping out for some sandals in my hammock. Got the hammock set up. There you go. And over there's the shelter. Well, it's about bedtime. I'm hoping that the underquilt, this is my winter 0-degree underquilt, I'm hoping that picks up the slack, because I'm just using this sleeping bag. Do it sideways. It's that thin. That's like a 60-degree sleeping bag. So I'm supposed to get down to like 55 tonight, which is not too cold, but for that thick of a sleeping bag, I'm hoping that this pretty much just carries it. See ya in the morning. Good night. Well, final thoughts on the hammock. The underquilt kept my back very warm. My sleeping bag kept my front very cold. I was a little bit colder than it would like all night, but slept fine. I would have showed the last shelter a little more, but when we got there were already people there, and then when we left there were still people, and I'm not a huge fan of recording while people are around. I just feel like that's kind of rude on the trail. Kind of takes away from the natural feeling of it all out in the rugged wilderness. So you don't get to see the shelter that we stayed at. Well, I guess none of us actually stayed in the shelter anyways, but kind of cool rolling up to them. The only time I'll really stay in a shelter is when the weather gets too crazy. If it's like super windy, or if there's like hail, then I'll stay in the shelter. Otherwise, yeah, I'll just stay in my hammock set up. Back up to him, and we can't really see, but we're ridge running right now, which has been a decent bit of this little detour trail. So we just sit here and there's like sort of views off to each side. Just can't see very well with the camera, but like there's a mountain over there, and over this way there's a big valley. Kind of doesn't really show up, but well, just like us hoping, got up to our first view. Rates on the view? No rating.
Oh, rates?
7 out of 10.
Yeah, 7.5.
Kind of like it through the trees. It's actually
like
kind of
it.
nice.
If we prorate it, like, you know, on the scale, not prorate's the wrong word, normalize. This is one of the better views of this trip so far. It's probably
It is. In fact, I think it's the only view I've gotten so
well,
far.
because you showed up late. Should have skipped your exam and come Thursday night.
Ow! What was that?
Did you just get stung in the middle of your
I
video?
don't remember what it was. Anyway, Matthew said this mountain over here looks really cool. I should take a video of it. So I'm making a video of it.
Pretty great. In person, I don't know how it comes out on video.
Yeah, it doesn't really come out great on video. You can just kind of sort of see it.
We're on the AT detour.
Yep.
We're on this nice flat, straight ridge, but it's closed over in all those mountains over there that we could have been going up and down. I quite like the detour.
Yeah, it's been closed since Helene over there, I guess, for whatever reason. The storm must have hit a bit farther. Obviously, there's still
Views
trees
on
down
that
over
side
here, but
and straight and flat in the middle.
yeah, it's been pretty chill. It's pretty much just been ridge running. So, yeah, it's been pretty nice. But we definitely are starting to run into some of the Helene damage now. Just kidding, we're about to jump back into normal stuff. But there was a whole field there that was just all knocked down. Pretty wild. But for some reason, they've cleared out this trail that's not the AT. It's just like the old AT. And then the actual AT, they didn't clear out. So I guess it must have been much worse over there. Just started to rain. I'm getting the rain stuff on.
Hello.
Might have to stick the frog togs on them, man. It's actually coming out of it. That's good. We're just getting our showers in for the weekend. Tell you what, cooled us off pretty quickly though. It was getting hot back there in the sun. Matthew,
What's up?
are you feeling cooler now?
Much better. I hope it keeps pouring.
I'm sure the sun will come back out. Not fast off. Don't even have to change clothes. Well, we just got off the detour. We're back on the AT again. Look at this just gorgeous trail. Yeah, windy out, and the rain moved out, dried off a bit, but I think there's some more rain moving in tonight. So definitely have to set up the rain fly this time. So I think it's gonna be something like 1.5 inches of rain coming in. Should be kind of nice. Look at the like views through the trees. It's kind of nice. So these ones with the little small leaves, I think this is mountain laurel. And then if we go on a little bit, oh, perfect. Here's a great example. This, I believe, is rhododendrons. The other leaves are a bit darker and a bit longer. They tend to be a bit taller. Then here's some mountain laurel right here. See how much taller that is? And then if you find a really tall one that has bigger leaves, kind of like this, I think that's a magnolia tree. Could be wrong on that. Could be totally wrong about all of that, but yeah, just to set it apart. And then some of the stuff that's like this big, if it has like even smaller leaves than this, there's some huckleberry plants that'll look pretty similar, but they'll have huckleberries on them, which is pretty recognizable. Or like very small blueberry bushes will have these similar sort of shaped leaves, but they'll usually be a bit smaller than the mountain laurel. Look at this. You're just walking up here. Looks like it's a dead beaver. Get closer. Lots of flies. Oh, look at this little Look at that little thing we just came up on. It's pretty cool. This is the first time I've been to Damascus, Virginia. There's like more gear stores than restaurants here. I think we're up to 3 gear stores and 2 bike outfitters. It's 5. I think we only saw like 5 or 6 restaurants. But here's the first one we're gonna pop into. It looks like. Alright, we got food. We stopped in the diner in Damascus. And